Hey everybody, so Kelly here. I just wanted to come on really quickly and go over a couple projects that I've been working on lately. So the first one was the Jolly Bar quilt pattern by Fat Quarter Shop for using the cinnamon and cream collection by Fig Tree and Company, Joanna Figueroa. So I should probably close up even closer on the pattern there so you can see that I made a mistake and it makes a huge change to the quilt. But I realized the mistake when I was finishing up the strips for the center. So that's the pattern there. Getting a little bit of a glare. But that's the pattern there. And the strips are supposed to be so that these pieces right here actually, they don't really join, but like this one would actually go the opposite direction from what it is. So it kind of forms like a V type thing. It's actually off. It's not really a V. It's, I don't know what I want to say here. They both head downward, I guess, is the best way to describe it. And I realized that right after I put my strips together, but before I had all the, it's actually done in 4 patches, before I had the 4 patches all the way done. And in fact, you can kind of see here that I still haven't sewn down the center yet, to put the final quilt top together. But anyhow, I realized it after I got the strips done, and I thought I could do all that seam ripping of all those 4.5-inch squares, half square triangles, I should say, or I could just let it go and see what the pattern does. And I decided, I laid out the strips before I actually sewed, them on the stars, but I decided that I liked it well enough, so I went ahead and sewed it together and decided that I'm going to keep the pattern and try it again with some other fabrics. That was kind of my thinking. And also, looking at this quilt through the camera right now, I kind of like that it's the browns almost make kind of a saw blade effect there in the center. So that's kind of neat. So it did not follow the pattern exactly, but I still like the way it's looking, so I'm going to go ahead and go with this. And eventually I will try to grab some different fabrics and do that same pattern, because that was what I originally liked about. I liked this fabric, but I also liked the Jolly Bar for the fact that I liked that pattern. So I'll have to try it again with some other fabric. And this, in the meantime, has turned out okay. So, but I'm working on a few other projects here, so let me go ahead and show you those couple things. So we really struggle with some high winds here at times. This spring was an extremely windy time of year. And so I have this springish garden flag here that absolutely got ripped to pieces within just a couple of days. And so I've gone ahead and cut the bottom off of it, and I'm just gonna sew up the bottom of it again and reuse it again. Garden flags, sometimes some of them are too expensive to have them get ripped up in a couple of days. So, and then I've got one other project I'm going to show you here. So my next project that I'm doing, my mom and I must think alike, because we both got some flags at the dollar store this spring. And since we both bought the same ones, we kind of thought we would just try to, they're so lightweight and so sheer, I thought since we both bought the same one, why don't I try to sew them together, and it'll be this same image on either side. But But then actually this one is actually different, so we'll see how it goes. And they are very sheer, so I'm thinking it's gonna be okay. You won't really see the other one unless you're really close up to it, I don't think. But let's see what you see here on the camera. Yeah, see, if it's against the window, you'll see the other flag. But if we just have it hanging out in the garden, I think it'll be fine. And I just was thinking, since I have the two of them, since we both bought one, and I've got two of them, sew them together and we'll have a little bit more weight to it that way, and hopefully they'll hang a little bit better. Plus we just didn't need all of them, and this way you see a picture on both sides. So, and because they're so sheer, you kind of did before too, but the welcome was backwards.